Sony launches the new pair of headphones in their XM lineup every 2 years. So at least this video will be useful for people more or less 8 months. Later on, the new series will be announced or leaked, so you'll be interested in a newer model. The current price of the XM5s is $499 Canadian dollars, which I think is like $400 US. If you plan on buying them, don't get them right now, get them on sale. They usually go like $50 off. But should you even consider them? Let's find out. Hey everyone, it's Blade, and today we're going to talk about the Sony's XM series headphones. Specifically about the XM3s, 4s, and 5. Big thank you to my friends Arthur and Max who provided their 3rd, 4th, and 5th generation of headphones. The XM4s right now are my own, however I didn't buy them, I got them for free from a friend of mine, but I had to replace the ear pads and the hinge on the right hand side. Unfortunately, after replacing those two items, the left hinge also broke off, so I have to spend 40 Canadian dollars more to fix those headphones, and that talks something about the quality of them. I want to break down this video in small parts: the fit and build quality, music quality, and the features, and then the conclusion. So let's start with the actual fit and build quality. Let's go. XM3s. The build quality is quite good. As you can see, they are not broken. The hinges are well and everything works. They were bought not on the launch date, but I think a year after the launch, but they still look brand new. Looking online, people don't have much of a problem with those headphones, and I would say they're quite comfortable on my head. They do have a quite comfortable seal, and also I do wear glasses. They're still comfortable with those because the cushions on the ear pads are really cushiony and soft. They do feel a bit cheap, to be honest. Like, I don't know, some of the materials on outside, this plastic, like soft touch plastic, looks a bit cheap, but they're comfortable. XM4s. I know I have all of the headphones are in black, so it's gonna be hard for you to understand which ones I'm holding, but with XM4s it's gonna be easy to understand that I can do that. Like, just I don't want to do much because the cable actually spins in there, but yeah, so that's the left hinge. Quality of the headphone is disgusting. I had problems, well, the right hinge, the left hinge. Also, my ANC emits a painful sound sometimes. I changed the cushions. I don't remember if it was before that or before I opened the headphones, so maybe it's my fault. But looking online, people do have this problem, even without like changing the pads or opening up the headphones. The sound is really painful. It's not like a small buzz or something, even though it also clicks and makes like a small popping sound. The actual noise that it emits, it's just painful. I have to just throw out the headphones out of my head if I start to hear it. And this problem only happens when you have the ANC on. When you have the transparency mode or turned it off completely, it's fine. So that's the actual problem with probably microphones inside of the ear cups. They do look similar as the third ones. The only difference would be on the outside, I think, is... What would be the difference? I would say that the NFC tag is not painted in white. The XM5s are the lightest and, in my personal opinion, the best looking headphones out of those two. However, it depends on your preference. My friend didn't like them. The build quality is quite nice. I do like the plastic over here a bit more than on the previous one, because, you know, the previous one brings me the feeling of that plastic which melts after like 10 years. So looking at my previous videos with 2DS and PlayStation Vita, I had a lot of accessories that went with PS Vita that just melted. Other than that, the ear cups are bigger, so the fit is a bit better on the actual ears. The main problem is the headband. So one of the things that it doesn't bend, but it eliminates the problem with the broken hinge on the XM4s. However, it's really painful for me. I could listen for them like for 20-30 minutes and it would be fine, but then I start to feel this headband on my head and it's quite painful. Like, after maybe 40 minutes, it actually hurts. The only way I could listen to them extensively is to put a hat on and just sit at home or walk outside. Because of those points, I cannot give like a specific winner in the build quality slash fit, because to be honest, the ear cups on the XM5s are the best in terms of the size. The build quality, I think XM3s and XM5s are really good. The XM4s are really bad, but the fit, I'll probably say the best is on XM4s. Actually, this brings me to an important point, that this is a video where I talk about like headphones in general. So if you decide to purchase them, please go to a store and maybe spend like 15-20 minutes in the headphones, just maybe shake your hand around. If you order them online and you don't have any place to try them on, at least make sure that you can return them and get your money back, or just get a different pair, because if you don't like the headphones, the fit, or the sound, unfortunately, you cannot do much with it. With the sound, you can tweak with equalizer, and we actually gonna go to that next. But please, please, please do try the headphones before getting them. Now, let's go to the sound quality and the actual sound of the headphones. So, to be honest, sound and preference in how the headphones sound is really personal. If we talk about my Sennheiser HD6XX, which I have over here, they're open back. And at first, maybe I wasn't a big fan of them, but after a while, I really got used to them. I got used to the wide stage. So even though the sound is personal, you can still get used to the sound. If you like bass, any of those three will be fine. When I got the XM4s, which were the first headphones that I got out of those three, I wasn't happy with the sound. So I spent a bit of a time tweaking the equalizer and the other settings, and then I actually Googled and saw a couple of people posting their own equalizer settings, and I tried one of them and it worked for me really well. So I'm just gonna leave it here, and feel free to pause the video if you need to specifically tweak it on your side. But it works for XM4s quite well for my taste. With XM3s, I was not happy with the sound. It is mushy, it's not clear. It does have a really large amount of bass. I wouldn't say it's a good bass, it's just like a mushy bass. And if you do have the XM3s and you're planning on upgrading, do that and you will find an improved sound with XM4s or XM5s. To be honest, the amount of bass the XM3s bring, it makes me fatigue. So with one of the songs that I listened was Max Cooper Origins. It gave me a lot of bass and I feel nauseous with them, and I just decided to try the XM4s and 5s, and it was much better. As I mentioned before, the XM4s, I was not happy with them. I did tweak them with the equalizer, and now they do work for any kind of music that I like, from I don't know, JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown's latest album to Fred V and Graphic songs from like back in 2013. So yeah, XM4s are quite fine, but you do have to tweak the equalizer to get them good. The only problem that they might have is with some 80s, 70s, and early 90s music. Caribbean Queen song by Billy Ocean, which needs spark. The Sennheisers that I have, they do have this spark. It's not painful, but it's just enough to listen to that music and feel what Billy Ocean was singing about. The XM4s unfortunately do not bring that feeling, so this song is not as enjoyable as it would be in a different headphones. So there is overall improvement from XM3s to XM4s, but I would not call them the best in sound quality or even sound type. XM5s have the best sound and the best tweaking out of those three headphones. They are quite clear, they do have this spark, maybe not enough to my taste, but they do have this spark and they do have good bass. It's punchy and it's clear, so this is the headphone that I would recommend if you are looking into multiple genres of music. For the sound quality, XM5s win, but for the fit, because they do hurt my head, I cannot recommend you buying them because they might hurt your head and you just have to return them or wear a hat everywhere. And the last but not least, and probably most important thing for the ANC headphones, are features. The XM3s, as the oldest one, has, I would say, the least amount of useful features, and we can start with automatic pause. So the XM4s and XM5s, when you take them out of your head, they do pause the song. And then when you put them back on, the song continues. Unfortunately, the XM3s do not have this feature. All of the controls, by the way, on all of the models are more or less the same. I would say the touch controls are the same on all of them. Touch your ear cup, and you have to touch it, because I watched the Linus video and he was not happy when he was just having his hand somewhere a couple of centimeters from the ear cup and it didn't work. But if you actually touch it, it works instantly on all of the headphones, so that's a good feature. However, it's not enough for the conversation, to be honest. The other feature that is available on the XM3s is position control, which is a robust technology of past decade where you can choose where you have your source at. It doesn't make sense, it is a gimmick. The only thing I can see when you want to use it is if you connect it to a TV or a computer and you want to watch a movie, kind of simulating surround sound. That might help you with that, but it's still not great. So I would call it a gimmick rather than a feature. DSXX is the mode which increases the quality of your music. What it does is just makes compressed music less compressed by the feel of it, but probably it's just the equalizer. Maybe something happens on the background and somehow they uncompress the music file. But to be honest, it's on XM3s, it's not the best. However, I could hear the difference. By the way, I'm using Tidal Hi-Fi for everything that I test with, and I do have iPhone right now, which does not take advantage of the other codecs. In XM3s also has the emulation of the place where you at. I don't know why anyone would use that feature. I mean, if you put a filter that you're in a club, it's never gonna sound good. You're not gonna feel that you're in a club unless you spill some coke on the floor and you have your roommates just punching you in the shoulders, and yeah, you're not gonna feel as in a club. The sound quality gets worse, and any of those filters are really bad, and I'm glad that Sony removed them in the future headphones. The XM4s have a couple of new features in comparison with the XM3s. First of all is adaptive sound control, which tweaks your noise cancelling settings according to your activity or location, so standing, walking, sitting, or location based. The second feature that was added to XM4s is the 2-point connection. So you can connect any two devices to one pair of headphones, and that allows you to quickly switch between the devices. It's quite a nice feature when you have PC and your phone connected, and then you are listening to music from your PC, but you get the phone call, and then you can answer it from your headphones. It's quite neat. Speak to chat. So when you turn it on and each time you actually say something, the music is paused, the ambient sound is turned on, and you can hear people in front of you and you can hear yourself, so you can have a kind of good conversation. It's not going to be polite, because it's polite to remove your headphones. Maybe I'm old, but I think it's polite to remove the headphones when you have a conversation with someone, at least more than just hi and bye. You can tweak the settings to set the high and low sensitivity depending on the loudness of your voice, and also in the settings you can change the time until the song goes back on. It's quite neat, but again, it's not enough to have a full-on conversation. The XM5s are the newest and the most feature-rich headphones. I don't know why I say that like that. Anyways, the new addition to that are actually software features, and I would say most of those things are software features. The XM4s and 5s, they do have, instead of the position thing where you choose yourself, you have the 360 spatial audio, which is available in some of the apps. It is available on Tidal. You take pictures of your ears, it does some magic tricks, and then the sound feels more ambient. Does sound better for me. For some people it might be a gimmick. I think it's a good thing. But anyways, let's go back to XM5s. And the main big difference for me is the customization of the ANC button on the headphones. The XM5s, they do have an option to change which functions you want in there. The useful thing in that, because the XM5s, they don't have this nice lady speaking to your ear, and you only hear nice sounds like boom, boom. Having two options is quite useful, so you can, like, you press once, you have a second one, you press once, you have the first one, and it goes like that. So it's really useful. In addition, having three just toggles in the app where you have off, noise cancelling, and ambient sound. Some other things to consider when you're getting the headphones is probably the touch sensitivity. So the third one, all of the reviews said they're too sensitive, you can have misclicks, but to be honest, for me it's perfect. It registered every single touch I did, and it registered it well. The XM4s have a reduced sensitivity, and a lot of people said that it's good. In my personal opinion, I found it worse. And the XM5s have kind of in between, so the best option, so it's not as sensitive as XM3s for some people, and it's not as low sensitive as XM4s. If you would like to get a new pair of noise cancelling headphones and you want to get Sony's, try on the XM5s, because you have to know if they hurt or not, and specifically wear them for more than 15 minutes. Like, it didn't hurt my head until 19 minutes I had it on, and that's a big thing. So like, you just try them on for 2 seconds in the store, you feel how soft the ear cups are, how big they are, and you fell in love with them. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get them, but then maybe just an hour after listening, you feel the pain in your head and you want to return them. So do go to the store, try them on, listen to them. But in terms of the sound quality, the build quality, and the feature richness, is the best headphone, even though the portability of the headphones is not the best out of three, because the XM3s and 4s, they can fold down in the small carrying case that is included in the box. XM5s do have also the carrying case included, but it's big, it's the same size as the headphones. So where is it? The XM5s, XM5s here. So the carrying case will be the same height. It's a bit more than the actual headphones. The XM3s, probably you will not buy them right now, unless you find them really cheap, because those are old headphones. If you get them used, probably the battery will be bad, and the charge speed is not as fast as XM4s and 5s. Playtime with ANC on is less than 20 hours, I think, which is worse. XM4s have 20 hours with ANC on, and I think the XM5s even have 30. So you don't need to charge them every day. The sound quality is bad. The ergonomics are good. The build quality is good. However, if you do own them, I would say you will be not disappointed with XM4s or even XM5s. XM4s will be kind of the same with a better sound quality and a couple of new features. XM5s might be painful for you if you are used to the XM3's style, the portability, and the comfort. XM5s might bring you some discomfort in your head and in your wallet too, because they're $4.99 Canadian dollars, but get them on sale. If you have the XM5s, you're good. Unless if you're unhappy with them, I would recommend the Bowers & Wilkins PX7S2 for the sound quality and for the fit. Personally, and the look, I think they look quite well. However, the noise cancelling is not as good as the XM5s. But to be honest, even though there was incremental improvements in each of the generation of the Sony headphones with the ANC, I live just in front of a highway which is busy every single day. And when I go on the balcony and I put any of those headphones on, I still hear the same amount of like swooshing far away, which is only hearable. Is there a word hearable? Let's imagine that there is a word hearable only when you have the song on pause. When you have a song playing even on a medium volume or just a bit less than the medium volume with ANC on, it works perfectly, you don't hear anything unless a large truck passes by. If you have the XM5s and you're looking for a new pair of headphones, I would recommend looking into Bowers & Wilkins. If you have the XM4s, do not upgrade to XM5s. I think the features that are added in XM5s, which are just the software modifications in the app, which could be easily rolled out by Sony to all of the headphones, well, XM4s, are just locked so people buy the new ones. Especially, you have to understand that the XM4s right now are on sale nearly everywhere. Go to the Best Buy, probably they have some stock or even open box deals, and if you can return them, so if they're quite clean and not used. So if you have the XM4s and they did not break, keep them. They're good headphones, and especially because you already have them, you are not missing much from the XM5s. The only thing I would say the major improvement in XM5s is the sound quality, but the XM4s are not bad. However, if you did break your XM4s, or they broke themselves, or the ANC is acting up, or something else happened with them, I would recommend looking into different pair of headphones. If you are a fan of Sony products, again, go and try them on. They're not really comfortable, and I'm not the only one who's saying that. So to recap, if you have XM3s, feel free to upgrade to XM4s. They're good and you can find them on sale. If you have the XM4s, I would not recommend upgrading to XM5s because of the feet issue. However, if you try them on for more than 20 minutes and you find them really comfortable, do get them, because this is the major flaw, because the headphones, you're gonna wear them for a long period of time. The sound quality is superb, the ANC is as best as it could get on the Sony headphones. If you can go to a store where they do have headphones on stand, try to spend at least 20 minutes with them. However, the main thing is the headband. The cushions, if you don't like them straight away in the store, it's probably because they're a bit squished right now after several people trying them. I'm sure good stores do clean them, so do not be afraid. If you have XM5s and you're happy with them, congratulations, you found the best pair of headphones that works for you. And I can say for any kind of headphones, so if you like the XM3s and you're happy with those, and they're not broken, there's no point of upgrading, to be honest, like unless you're looking specifically for a better sound or for specific features like 2-point connection. However, if you are not owner of any of those 3 headphones, feel free to listen to all of them if you have a chance to go to a store. But if you're looking for a more neutral sound, you don't care as much about the noise cancelling, and you want something that looks a bit more premium, go with the Bowers & Wilkins. Or if you like bass, go with the Sennheiser Momentum 4s, which are also good and they're really comfortable. But if you're interested in any headphones, feel free to look at the DMS or Darko Audio. I actually watch a lot of his videos. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for sticking until the end. If you like the video, press the like button. If you dislike the video, put the thumbs down, and do let me know in the comments below why you didn't like the video, or just tell me something about those headphones, recommend other headphones, and just have a conversations. I do love when you guys have a conversation in the comments, and I can just like go in there and put my own opinion if I didn't mention something in the video. Also, follow me on Twitter at Ilya_played for more of day-to-day things. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and now go play some games. Which ones are those?